Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Two Scoops, Morning News with Dan and Craig. I forgot how we do this. I'm Dan, though, still, allegedly.
I'm still Craig, and this is Two Scoops.
This is
Morning
Two Scoops.
Morning News.
That's my line.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Still
Good morning.
forgot how to do this.
Two Scoops, Morning News with Dan and Craig. I'm Dan. Anyway, hey, guys, this is that, and this is where we talk about the scoops. You know what it is, or you don't care. Most likely you don't care. That's why you're not here. Grumpy Gnome's here. Hi, Grumpy Gnome.
Grumpy
How are you?
Gnome is here.
Grumpy Gnome just joined the Downers Club last week, and
Probably why he's grumpy.
hearts. So, I don't know. Where do you want to start? You want to start with mine, or start with yours?
Start with yours, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. You know this Selma Hayek lady who's she's an up-and-coming actress.
I've heard the name. I don't know what she looks like. I couldn't tell you anything she's in, but I've heard
She
the name.
kind of
Yeah.
looks like if Michael Jackson transitioned a little bit younger.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'll save it. Selma Hayek was in the news because she's in, I don't know, new Magic Mike movie or something like that, and who cares? But she went on GQ Hype for an interview, and this is according to People.com, so you know it's legit. Selma Hayek, Pinault.
This is an up-and-coming actress, you said? She's like 56.
Craig, that was a joke. Do you really not know who Selma Hayek is?
Like I said, I recognize the name. I would probably recognize
I assumed
her.
you were joking because she's been around for a hot minute. Yeah.
I was gonna say she's old. She's fucking old.
Yeah. So Selma Hayek says typecasting stopped her being smart and funny in movies. Quote, "You're sexy." So she was an actor who had a lot more screen time back in the day because she was considered a very attractive individual. And she is complaining now that she wasn't able to make a career being more funny or being, smarter in roles. She's complaining. She's got what we like to call around here hot privilege or hot oppression, I should say. They're kind of one and the same.
Yes. No, I understand. When it's dudes, it's hot privilege. When it's women, it's hot oppression because the whole typecast thing, it's like, you only want me on here because I'm hot. Well, it mostly
Maybe you weren't smart or funny. Maybe if Chris Farley came out and complained that he only got funny roles and never got a hot lead role, like maybe you're not hot. Selma Hayek, maybe you're not funny. It's just a possibility.
Who else? Somebody else came out. I think it was it Scarlett Johansson last year that came out with like the same kind of thing. It's just like
I'm sick of being this beautiful. It's such a burden. Nobody laughs at my jokes.
Right. I got pushed into this stereotype of being the hot chick in all the scenes. It's just like,
poor thing.
First of all, you probably poured millions of dollars into your face and your body and being hot. I mean, if you wanted to not be that role, you could have. I mean, it's pretty easy to not be hot these days. I mean, look at the two of us.
Right. You didn't have to blow your way to the top. You could have ugged up a little bit and, went the long route like the rest of us. Selma Hayek, you don't have to be funny. There's no reason for you to be funny. Men have to be funny because we don't look like Selma Hayek, and we don't have passes based off of our looks most of the time. After scoring her breakthrough role as bikini and snake wearing Santanico something from Dusk Till Dawn alongside George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, Hayek, I think is that her second last name? Because I'm not reading it. Nobody's ever called her Selma Hayek Pinault. Hayek, 56, said she was typecast in similar roles in the 1996 film. Now, at 56, typically, actresses, I've heard, seem to complain that there's no roles for women of a certain age in Hollywood, and now you're getting comedic roles and smart roles and all the roles that you want. Literally, you could get whatever role you wanted, and you're still going to bitch about it because way
Yes.
back when people didn't find you funny.
Well, yes, and I don't know. Be as sexist as Hollywood probably is, sex sells. It just does. They're going to put hot girls in hot roles and sell it with the sexiness of it, and that's just the nature of it. Um, now here's the thing though. You have control over what parts you can turn down. If you don't want to be in the sexy roles, you can say, "No, I don't want that role."
Right.
Maybe you won't get a job, but I mean, you got to take that on yourself. Like if you feel gross about, "Hey, I'm always just the hot chick running around in a bikini," you can say, "No, I'm not going to do that
No,
anymore."
keep your dump truck of money. I'm going to stay home today and wait for the funny parts.
Yes. I mean, it if I was typecasted in a sexy guy role where all the women were oogling over me for 20 years and making millions of dollars doing it, do you think I'd be a little upset about that? Absolutely not. I would be perfectly fine with it. I'd be like, typecast the shit out of me, just pay me. That's all you got to do. Just pay me.
Derek Ambrose says, just get fat like Sam Smith. Yeah, do what you got to do to stay relevant. Like, I mean, if Selma Hayek wanted to be cast as a funny character, she could have tried looking funnier. Then she wouldn't have gotten all of her hot roles. She would have complained about that. But if she had fatted up a little bit, she probably would have gotten funnier parts. But she says, my entire life I wanted to do comedy, and people wouldn't give me comedies. They wouldn't just give them to her. Okay. My whole life I wanted to do comedy too. Nobody just gave me even the hot role. Like, I don't even have the hot role to complain about.
Maybe she auditioned for like comical roles. I mean, that would be frustrating if she kept auditioning for comical role, like the comedic role. She's like, I want this part, and they're like, no, what would really work for you? We got this hot chick in the movie. You could be the hot chick. I mean, that would be frustrating. I understand, but still, yeah. I mean, that's
It would be frustrating, but I would have to go back and see these audition tapes to know if she was just being typecast. Like, I mean, kind of take what you can get, but I just have a feeling that young Selma Hayek wasn't as funny as she fucking thought she was. Surprise, surprise. Quote, wait, I said that. Quote, they said, you're sexy, so you're not allowed to have a sense of humor. Bullshit, they did.
I mean, that's fair.
Bullshit. Them's the rules. We don't make them, we just enforce them. Sorry, look in the mirror. Have you seen yourself? You're not allowed to be funny. I mean, at this point,
in the 90s, the whole freaking woke culture hadn't existed yet. So maybe, I mean, the Hollywood execs of the 90s were guys that came up in the 50s and 60s that were like, women, make me a sandwich and shut your mouth. So I
Based.
mean, it's possible that they did say that to her.
Yeah.
It is highly possible. But again, you do have somewhat of control over your career. You can turn down the sexy roles if you want.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, nobody ever said you're not allowed to have a sense of humor. I mean, they might have like implied it. I have a hard time believing that anybody actually said those words out loud. But yeah, maybe I don't know. It's like Selma Hayek doing a funny part now. Like, the joke isn't, hey, Selma Hayek's funny, and she always has been. The joke is, we got this smoking hot 56-year-old babe from the 90s to play a comedic role in the new Magic Mike film. Isn't that something you want to see? Like,
Yes.
Like, the joke is that you're an old hot chick and you're doing something funny. Even Channing Tatum doing funny things, in my mind, is like, it's funnier because he has no right to be funny when he's that attractive.
Yeah. Channing Tatum is not funny. It's just comical seeing a buff, like hot dude trying to be funny. That's what makes it funny. It's just
Channing
like
Tatum was funny in, was he in Ridiculous 6, the Adam Sandler Western movie? Have you seen that one?
it's been a long time. I saw it, but it's been a long time, so I don't remember.
Did he play the little mentally disabled boy? I think he did, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway, Great movie. It got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how you know Rotten Tomatoes is wrong.
Yes.
But poor Selma Hayek on GQ Hype, still looking like that, complaining about her oppression.
Now,
Ladies
who-
out there, 56 or younger, do you sympathize with Selma, the sexism that led Selma Hayek to this GQ Hype cover shoot oppression that she currently is suffering?
maybe it's her perfect jawline that typecast her into the sexy roles.
It could be.
Chuck Miller says, I think they're all pedophiles. Now, Selma Hayek should be glad she's still getting sexy roles with all the pedophiles out in Hollywood, that they're still giving somebody over the age of 20 a job at all.
Yeah,
So-
or that they're giving biological females jobs at all. But I also, I've had a theory for many years. I think Selma Hayek's trans.
I mean,
Well,
I can see.
I mean, that jawline, yes, it's a nice jawline for a Chad. I don't know. I've never found her to be as breathtaking as the rest of the world seems
After
to.
you just spent the last 15 minutes saying how sexy she is, you're like, I don't think she's that good.
Look, I'm saying standard-wise, societally,
Okay.
society has accepted her as attractive. I'm not necessarily sold. She's not ugly, but I don't know. She
I
is
don't
what
know,
she is.
It might say something about you because you spend 15 minutes saying how hot she is, then you say she's clearly a dude.
In this picture, Channing Tatum is certainly not attractive either, because
No, what's going on with him in that picture?
he looks about 10 years older than he should right now, but I haven't seen him in probably 10 years, so.
It
Oh,
looks
whatever.
like he's falling asleep too.
Oh, this woman is boring me to tears. She thinks she's
Right,
funny. She
telling me
won't
to
shut the fuck up about how funny she thinks she is.
It's probably.
I'm sorry, Selma. Good luck. Good luck with your new career as a joke. Maybe
So
not
she
the one
gonna
that you were
start
going
turning-
for.
Is now that she came out with this, is she gonna start turning down the sexy roles?
No.
No, you don't think so?
She's probably just getting fewer of them because people aren't, like, I don't know, fawning over her. I don't know. I don't care. What do you have, Craig? Is Luke Skywalker gay?
Well, according to Flick221, got ahead of ourselves, said Luke married a woman named Mara Jade. Hey, look, that could be a cover story, guys. Come on.
Luke
many
did
gays-
marry his side chick, Mara Jade, to throw off the scent that him in that school of young boys learning under him. I'm curious as to where this is going, because if Disney continues the agendas that they like to push, Luke will not only be gay, but he will have molested his entire class of students, and that's why he had to burn the place down, because he was getting caught.
That wasn't Luke.
Yes,
Was
it
that
was.
Luke? Okay, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a while. I was thinking of the guy that killed the younglings, Anakin.
Anakin.
Disney has turned Luke Skywalker into an LGBTQ plus character.
You should share your screen. Oh wait, I should share
did.
your screen.
I did that.
There we go.
Luke Skywalker is now listed on the LGBTQ plus individuals page on the Star Wars fan encyclopedia Wikipedia. So it's like Wikipedia for Star Wars.
I'm familiar. I'm
familiar with it, but I was not familiar they had an LGBTQ plus individuals section.
Of course they do.
Now,
Wait. Go back up.
I was. It just
Are you
says
kidding
trans-
me?
it just
Oh,
says
okay.
trans-
Okay.
I was
You're gonna
trying to
tell me
get
that
past
Grand Moff Tarkin is gay?
obviously. I mean, have you seen him? It says the reason Skywalker is now LGBTQ plus comes from a recent short story by an activist writer, Sam Maggs. So some fanboy decided to write a story about Luke being gay, and then Disney was like,
I don't have a problem with gay characters, okay? You can make a new gay character. Just stop making this gay fan fiction out of every single fucking thing. Stop retconning everything that we know about these people and turning them into gay characters. Bring in new ones, like the lesbian kiss that you barely even noticed at the end of the one new one that nobody cares about. Just enough that you can take it out of the Chinese cut. But stop. Luke was already a whiny bitch. Like, you don't have to make him full on.
Yes. I mean, like our good friend Frank from the Quite Frankly podcast said, this is this is just like poetic justice for how much of a whiny bitch they turned Luke into at the end of the Star Wars.
And how much of a whiny bitch Mark Hamill is in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Mark Hamill has turned into a total dumbass, a total asshole all over social media, and I can't stand seeing his posts on Twitter. So, I mean, it only makes sense. Um, it
Mhm.
says, according to Wikipedia, the short story "Luke on the Bright Side" has.
Oh.
I
Oh
mean,
God. Is
it
it
sounds like canon to me, doesn't it?
right? It sounds like it was written by a dad.
It does. As Skywalker experiencing sexual feelings with another guy. There's a story in which he felt romantic feelings towards a guy, said Wikipedia. The short story Luke on the Bright Side. In June 22, the story was published by Lucasfilm Press, appeared in the short stories of Jedi and Sith. The book targeted 9 to 12-year-olds. Fantastic.
Nice. My prediction, which I'm still shocked that they didn't do, and I would be shocked if they don't come back to it at some point, but in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I was just waiting for them to give the flashbacks to where Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker have just hints.
Yeah. Well,
Hints at there being more than, master and apprentice relationship there.
I mean, I could see it. I could see it. Bounding into Comics said the actual story doesn't appear to show any romantic feelings expressed by Luke Skywalker towards Sergeant Ray Hollis of Alliance Special Forces, despite Sam Magg's clear history of pushing her activism into her stories. In 2016 Vanity Fair article, J.J. Abrams said Star Wars needed more non-straight characters. Mark Hamill, the actor who portrayed Skywalker, suggested
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough that we gave you a whole bunch of new black people in the galaxy after we only had one in the original series. I mean, now we've got black people everywhere and gays.
I know. Well, this is the best part. Mark Hamill, the actor who portrayed
That was
Skywalker,
a joke. That was a joke, you guys.
obviously.
Just saying.
Mark Hamill, the actor who portrayed Skywalker, suggested in the Vanity Fair story that Skywalker, of course, is gay. Of course. Obviously.
It's funny because I put that in the title of this and didn't read the article beforehand. It's just like, yeah, in my mind, of course, this is what's next. Why not? Who cares?
Fans are writing and asked all these. So this is Mark Hamill. Fans are writing and ask all these questions. I'm bullied in school. I'm afraid to come out. They said to me, "Could Luke be gay?" No, they did. They never said. Nobody wrote this.
Wait,
Nobody's
Mark
like,
Hamill is saying that a child wrote to him and said,
yes.
"Can you please be gay?"
Could it be possible? Like, I'm afraid to come out. Could it be possible that Luke is gay? And I'd say it's meant to be interpreted by the viewer. If you think Luke is gay, of course he is. You should not be ashamed of it. Judge Luke by his character, not by who he loves. So basically,
I agree, and his character is a whiny bitch.
He could also be, I don't know, trans. He could be anything you want him to be, is basically what he's saying. There's so little character development of Luke Skywalker, which is kind of sad because he's the main character throughout 6 of the 9 films. But there's not a lot of character development for this whiny bitch, besides the fact that he's a whiny bitch. So I guess, of course, he could be gay. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think that first off, I don't think this conversation happened. If it did happen,
No, it didn't happen at all.
So be it. But who's going? I don't know. If I was gay, if I was a young gay lad and a big Star Wars fan, and I really wanted Luke to be gay, I don't think who is reaching out to Mark Hamill to say, "Hey, can you please, if it pleases the king, could you please make your character gay?" Like, Mark Hamill didn't write a single line of dialogue for Star Wars ever.
No.
Mark Hamill is not a writer for Star Wars. Mark Hamill is a face that they use to sell toys.
Yes.
And that is it. He has no say in what Luke is or isn't. I mean, if this conversation happened, I don't have a problem with his response of being like, "Yeah, you can imagine him whatever you want. Kid, go be gay, whatever." But yeah, who's asking Mark Hamill to make Luke gay? That's not up to Mark Hamill.
Now, this person, a science this science fiction fantasy site called Tor says to not make him gay because that would make him another tragic gay character. It says if he was suddenly revealed as a gay character in lieu of all that, his sexuality could be perceived by the audience as a tragedy because he's such a whiny bitch. Maybe like they're like, we don't want him as our gay representative because he's so sad and mopey that he
Because
would
he's
be
already gay enough.
he, he would be so tragic because then people would think maybe he's sad and mopey because he's gay.
Well, I mean, he did make out with his sister. He's got a lot of sexual confusion at this point, I feel like.
That's fair. I mean,
If you were young, if you made out with young Carrie Fisher and then you realized, shit, she's my sister. Like, yeah, I might just give up on women at that point too. You're like, man, I can do anything. I made out with young Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
Damn it. Fine. Han's looking pretty hot.
The move. It says in 2021, the original Star Trek Captain Kirk William Shatner pointed out Skywalker has a wife and a son, Ben. Yes, he does. It says the move of Skywalker towards diversity and representation is one of many moves by Disney to incorporate more LGBTQ characters and themes into their storylines, such as adding preferred pronouns for all Star Wars characters. Do you think in a moment when at a time where the entire galaxy and universe is at war and you're at risk of dying regardless, do you think anybody cares what pronoun to be called?
Craig?
Yes.
Think about where we're at right now. Yes, they still want their preferred pronouns to be. It's very important to them, even though we're on the brink of nuclear war. We're still writing articles about Star Wars characters and their preferred pronouns. Do you think that none of this is happening in real life?
You know what's the worst part about this?
All of it?
Is we are all sitting around debating whether a fictional character with no story development, a fictional character that doesn't matter at all in the world, whether or not he's gay. Like, what does that help that little kid that's getting bullied if a fictional character comes out as gay? Like, that's how delusional we've become. It's just like, well, obviously we got to make this fictional character that has been around for the last 50 years. We've got to turn around and make him gay to represent the gay community. He's
That'll
fictional
help.
and irrelevant in today's world because Luke Skywalker is not even in the current renditions of Star Wars.
That's not true.
What's he in?
He's. Do you want me to spoil some of the shows that you haven't watched?
I don't fucking care at this point.
That deep fake technology, they're stepping their game up, and we'll have gay young Luke sex scene any day now in The Mandalorian or something, I bet. But yeah, who cares? Who cares if Luke is gay? If he is, then I mean, if they retcon his entire, which they pretty much already have, his entire Mara Jade side tangent story that he got married and had a kid and all that stuff. If they retcon that, make him gay, doesn't that look bad that he was this closeted gay character the entire time who, I don't know, never was, like, all the way up to death, nobody knew that he was gay, and then he died, and now, like, in some book, we're finding out that he was gay once. So is he ashamed of his gayness? Does it help you as a young gay boy? Does it help you to know that your hero was gay the whole time and didn't say a fucking word about it? Maybe, just maybe, you could learn a lesson from that.
Well, that's kind of what they're getting at with, let's not make this the tragic closeted gay guy that dies sad and mopey alone at the end. And maybe that's why he was so pissy towards Rey at the end. He was just...
If they don't want him to be gay, then I want him to be gay. And I'm pushing for this entirely now. Fuck you guys. If you want to fuck up my stuff, I'll fuck up your stuff too.
I don't know. Like, it says... Some felt the preferred pronouns were necessary on the Wikipedia page.
They were wrong.
Against the original spirit of the space opera. Others thought it was an important step
Hold
towards
on.
creating.
You said
Or was it unnecessary?
in the universe war where everybody's in fear of death, who cares about their pronouns? Why would they care about their pronouns? and here in the real world where there is war happening everywhere, people care about the pronouns. Not only do people care about their pronouns here in the real world, they care about the characters in Star Wars' pronouns in the fake world with the
Yeah, we
fake
don't want-
war. Like, we've got multiple wars combined here, and we're still arguing about who identifies as what in fake world.
We don't want to offend these fictional characters by calling them by the wrong preferred pronouns.
Hell no.
I mean, that would be horrific of us. That would be so, I don't know, homophobic of us to accidentally call Luke Skywalker he, him, if he preferred to be called a she, them, he, it.
Yeah. Just wait till Chewbacca comes out.
On that note, please give me some character development of Chewbacca.
Jack Casey, work it into your next book, and I want pictures and everything. Chewbacca.
Yeah. Obviously.
If you don't do it, you're an anti-Semite.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is
he
it-
is anyway. So
Is that all? Is that all we
I
have?
think I think we talked about gay or not Anakin, but gay Luke. I mean,
Yep.
he did have daddy issues. Major. He grew up without a father. I mean, I'm not saying all gay people have daddy issues, but I mean, he's got a lot of things going against his identity. I mean, he was hidden from everybody. He was a space hillbilly. This could be some like space Brokeback Mountain or some shit.
yeah.
I don't know.
And then he grew old and died alone and sucking on a big alien
Lightsaber.
booby. No. In The Last Jedi, before he died, one of the last images we saw of him was him drinking green milk out of a giant alien tit.
Ew.
I mean, you do what you want with the character. It's hard to go any lower than that. I don't care. But good on you,
tragic.
Luke. Good on you. What?
I said that would be tragic then.
Yep. Also, today we talked about the impossible beauty standards set by Selma Hayek and how upset she is with herself for setting them, and people not finding her funny enough. Craig,
Hollywood's tragic. It's a tragic place.
it really is. She's got it so rough. All these people do. These poor Illuminati soul-sucking demons. Craig, good morning. Where can people find you and the stupid things that you do?
Good morning. They can find the stupid things I do and other things that I do at breakthebellpod.com or all over social medias and the Twitters at the handle at breakthebellpod. My podcast is the Break the Bell podcast. Come listen to it because it's fun.
It's okay.
It's fun.
And you can find me at thesystemisdown.tv or wherever the System is Downs are sold, at TSIDpod on Twitter, or just look up The System is Down. Maybe throw podcast in there at the end of it because the algorithms and searches don't like me very much, and it becomes a little bit hard to find. Thank you for finding us this morning. We appreciate you, and we love you.
We do.
Any last words?
Obviously, Luke Skywalker is gay.
And I think
Obviously.
we all knew that from the moment he said, I just wanted to go to the Patoshi station and pick up some power converters. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gay,
he's
bro.
Totally
gay.
power converters.
Power converters. 2 scoops.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.